All right, let's look at some of the ones from last night. So this is kind of your notes for the day, although obviously if you did your homework last night, this will just be included. So today you'll be uploading the bottom part of this page using the same format that I'm doing here. So remember we do from yesterday's video, A times C that adds to B, and my A is 1 and my C is 16. So 1 times 16, of course, is 16. And my B is 8. So I need to find something that multiplies to get 16 and adds to get 8. So 1 times 16 multiplies to get 16 and it adds to get 17. 2 times 8 multiplies to get 16, adds to get 10. Can't do 3, but I can do 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. So now we take our trinomial and rewrite it with these written as the B broken up in the middle. So it becomes, that 8x becomes 4x plus 4x. And then I add the 16. Okay, and then we're going to group these. And we're going to group these and factor out anything we can. So whenever x is equal to 1, typically in your first one here, you're going to be able to factor out an x. And that's going to leave us with x plus 4. And then over here with the 4, what can we factor out? We're going to factor out positive 4. Because 4 goes into both of these. And what does that leave me again? X plus 4. So now, since these match, that tells me that I did it correctly. And then we're going to group this with this. So now we have x plus 4. And actually, this is one where it's a repeat, x plus 4. So while we're still learning this, you need to show all these steps. So I know that you're understanding the process. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to come down here. And my A times C here, 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. And then we need to add to get a negative 2. So another quick, simple one here, because in this case, since my B is negative, my factor has to be 1 positive and 1 negative to multiply to get negative 3. And then in order for it to add to get negative 2, the negative number has to be the bigger one. If I did it reverse real quick, even though I already got my answer up there, 3 times negative 1, I would add to get a positive 2 because this is bigger than the 1. But in this case, the negative 3 is further away from 0, so the bigger number. So when we take the difference, obviously it's still going to be negative. So I rewrite this as b squared. I like to put the negative number first, although it does not matter. So again, this was my answer, so those are my two factors, negative 3b. And I'm just going to put the 1 there just to kind of help us and see if there's anything that I can factor out. And then I write this negative 3 down. So now what can I factor out of this first group? They both have a b in common, so I can factor out a b. And that leaves me with b minus 3. What can I factor out of this next group? I can't factor anything out, so I am going to drop my positive down, which we did up here as well. That positive there dropped down. And then, what can I factor out here? Nothing. So I'm just going to factor out a 1. Okay? You have to factor something out. Well, what can we factor out here? A 1. And what does that leave me? B minus 3. So when I group them together, my b and plus 1 goes because we have a common group here in the middle. And then my other factor, b minus 3. Okay, and last one I'll come over here. So in this case, I have My A times C is a positive 20. But my B is negative. Well, the only way that's going to work is if I have two negatives. Okay, so for example, if I did negative 20 times negative 1, they multiply to get a positive 20. And they add to get a negative 21. So then my next number, negative 2 times negative 10. That gets me a little closer. And I can't do 3, but I can do 4. Negative 4 times negative 5 is a positive 20. And it adds to get that negative 9 that I needed up here. So I rewrite this as my common group here. Splitting this negative 9x up into these factors. Negative 4x and negative 5x. And then, whoops. We're going to add the 20. Two groups, factor out an x. What does this leave me? X minus 4. And what can I factor out over here? Well, 5 does go into 20. Remember, this negative goes down. That makes it a little tricky here because I have negative 5. And then what's left is x minus 4. Because negative 5 times negative 4 is a positive 20. That also makes sure that these terms match. X minus 5 and my common group of x minus 4. Okay, so I just did 3 more problems, so half of your homework actually from Monday. Your assignment is 7 to 12, so just really this one page. Now you have really no reason not to finish Monday's homework. Go back and add the notes in and upload those pages. But really the only thing you need to upload on Tuesday is that 7 to 12. So there you go. If you watched the whole video, you know that now. And of course, if you're doing the same sheet though, it would make sense that you would upload 1 through 12 because it's all on the same page. So don't feel bad about that. But your formal assignment, 7 to 12. Okay, and have a good day.